What's up, Poke fans? Today I'll be hosting an extraordinary TTRPG experience for you guys called Pokemon Tabletop Reunited, hosted by Foundry in the Pocket Dimension. If you enjoy the show, the link to the Discord is in the description. Give it a click. This is the first episode of this series that we'll be streaming. It's going to be Saturdays weekly, usually in the mornings. I hope you guys enjoy the show. And without further ado, Pokemon Lazio Island. We begin our little tale on the far northern end of Lazio Island, a place known as Viterbo. You guys have arrived via a ship. And with this arrival, you guys take your first steps onto the dock as I change our map and we get our first look at Porto di Viterbo. And I gotta activate it. Bada bing, bada boom. You guys, let me unpause it for you there. You guys step off the ship, and Captain Viaggio, the ship captain who has brought you here, turns to look at you guys and says, "Well, be safe out there. Careful on the dock. She's not seen repairs in quite a few years, so try not to fall in." Well, bye. And he just steps back onto his boat and leaves. Alright.
Goodbye, Captain. Thank you very much.
The world is now yours. You guys stand at the edge of the dock. You guys can take it from here.
I have to say that was one of the most eventful boat rides I've ever been on.
Well, yeah. I mean, Lapras was pretty bad.
Well,
Certainly crazy.
I'm quite happy that we were able to move that plastic from that's back, though.
It was quite nice. It was quite nice. Did feel quite rejuvenating, I will say.
I personally...
What would you guys like to do? You guys are standing at the edge of a dock. The open sea is behind you. The city of Porto di Viterbo ahead of you. Hello?
Well, I want to go towards the main dock and not just stand in this tiny stretch of land. It's kind of... Here we go.
Alright, as you step out, you see one of the common issues of Porto di Viterbo already waiting for you. You see a Officer Gene, which to most people might convey a calm sense of relief and a sense of security, but not here. She turns and she taps her foot waiting for you guys to approach.
Oh, guys, that seems to be enough, so I don't know what that's up about. Anyone wanna take the initiative here? Because I don't.
I don't like talking to police officers, so someone else can go.
I happen to like talking to police officers.
Be my guest.
Alright, Marigold's gonna step forward and approach the awaiting Officer Gene.
As you approach Officer Gene, she holds up a hand and she says, "Who's this lot with you?"
Travelers, all seeming to hail from Lazio.
Alright, names. And she flips open a notepad.
I'm Marigold Joy.
As you say that, can you give a brief description of your character that you'd like to add?
Yeah, Marigold Joy, she is pretty tall, stands at around 6 feet. She has a modified Nurse Joy outfit on, and the most prominent feature is very long pink hair that she doesn't really tie up like most Southern Nurse Joys.
That is word for word what she writes in her little notebook. All right, and the fee?
the fee?
Yeah, the entrance fee to the island. Did no one tell you? It's 50 Poke.
Oh, I wasn't aware of an entrance fee.
Yeah. Well, come on then. Don't want to hold up the line.
Are you certain that? Well, all right. I suppose. I guess she's gonna pay this officer Jenny $50.
Make a perception check as she takes the money from you. You didn't notice anything in particular. She takes the money and she says, "All right, well, welcome to Porto Divito. Please follow along the guided rail until you get to the edge, and no trouble, or you'll be hearing from me." And her Houndoom looks especially aggressive for a police Pokemon, and is just kind of like a little up in your business, kind of sniffing you, checking you out. And she says, "All right, move along." And she points at you, Edward. "Come on then. I don't have all day."
Howdy. I am Dr. Edward Cope. I'm 25. I got a wavy blonde hair thing my face, complementing my green emerald eyes. I got a blue jacket, yellow shirt, green pants. Got a jadeite necklace. I kind of look like I'm a field researcher because I am. So that's kind of what my fashion choices are informed by more than like, local fashion. But I'm a native, right? Like, why do I need to pay anything here? I thought that I'd be welcome back home. Easy.
She looks at you and says, "Native or not, if you're using the dock, it's 50 Poke." And she writes down your information. And she holds out her hand.
Funny thing about that, I don't have any money on me.
No money? And she turns, and her Houndoom turns with her.
I mean, so like this is kind of embarrassing, but like you can't really like shake coconuts from a dead tree, right? So why don't you like just let me get my bearings, then I'll see to this later. How about that?
You can talk to your friends. Maybe they can help you. And she crosses her arms. You can also try to roll out of character. You can try to roll persuasion or anything else to try to weasel your way through this. But however you choose to solve it.
What's wrong?
Oh well, this is a little embarrassing. I'll be honest. I do have one idea that could work, but we'll try this last. Do you guys have a particular idea?
I'm broke, man. I don't got nothing on me.
Yeah, neither do I.
Okay, I got this.
Okay.
I got this. Okay, so this is Joy's Pokemon. It's what was the one again?
Her Pokemon is a Houndoom.
Cool. I would like to make a Pokemon education roll on the Houndoom, right? Because what I'm suspecting here is that is that she's offering it treats in order to like get an exchange to like help like shake out this bribe scheme. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna reach into my bag, grab like one of my my ration pieces, and just basically toss it down the docks, and then have the hound follow it, and then we're just gonna run past her basically at that point. Because it won't be her, the dog will be running away.
For this, Pokemon Education would probably tell you whether or not she's running sort of like treat situation, but I would say it would be Charm to charm the Pokemon to like want the snack, to lure it in. Aha, there we go. It's always Pokemon Education with Dr. Cope. It's always just a matter of knowledge. Go ahead and roll Pokemon Education. With a 10, it looks like it's about to go for it, and it kind of like sniffs it. And she looks down at the Houndoom and looks back at her. And the Houndoom actually looks a little bit scared of her. And it slowly retreats from the tree. Listen, how about we could work something out? You want to get to your friend, you want to get to the island, and you don't have any money. Houndoom's not going to listen to you. But we could work out a little trade. How about a favor? I might come for you somewhere down the line. But you know, the police always need help. It's always a good thing to help out your local citizens, isn't it? Isn't that what a researcher does?
I love Nebula's favors to the local police. Why wouldn't I want this?
Excellent. And she looks at the two other party members. I assume you don't have any pokey either.
Messaluna just shakes his head, like ashamed.
Yes, I suppose not.
She turns and says, "Welcome to Porto de Viterbo. But first, your name." And she's just going down the line, Zyva.
Alright, basically you see him say, "Hey, my name is Zyva Fireblossom. I am 22 years old. I have about 6 feet in height, afro hair, a shirt that goes, a jacket that goes over a white shirt, and a necklace with a small symbol of peace inside of it. Chains hanging from my pockets, and a Pokeball on my wrist band."
She writes all that down as you walk past her, and she points, and you, last but not least, Messaluna.
I'm Messaluna. It's a pleasure to meet you, truly. And he is a rather short fella. He is 5'1", but dressed in all blacks and purples, wearing a long tattered coat over a purple shirt, with skinny black pants that are just covered in belts. His hair is a dark black with purple streaks throughout, and he is wearing rather heavy makeup.
Okay. With that description, welcome all to the campaign as you enter the city of Porto de Viterbo, and you may now have a little bit of free roam. As you guys walk down this very rickety, very poorly constructed port, you could tell that construction or repairs have just about been thrown out the window. You see at the base of the down ramp a man just pacing in circles, and he appears to be yelling into his hand.
What's up with that guy?
That's a great question. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be going quickly take off my shoes and step on solid ground real quick, because I've been horribly seasick this entire time, and I need something that's actually connected to solid earth. Please and thank you.
Your legs have this like wobble to them, and you feel this like wave of relief as you finally step onto solid ground.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm ready now to hear whatever this man's pains may be.
While that is happening, I'm gonna walk over to Messaluna and just say, "Yo, Mez.
What's up?
So, it's really weird. It must be nothing. But, did you hear a voice when we arrived at the port? Anything at all?"
Now that you mention it, I kind of do remember something, but I just kind of chalk that up to like the paranoia. So
That's not good.
I did it. Well, pretty normal for me, but now knowing that you heard it too makes it a bit more strange.
Edward, Cope is going to be actually recording this in his journal real quick. Be like, a mass audio hallucination with dead language. Then just poof, drop a period at the end of that sentence.
I'm sure it's nothing. Come on. We gotta get on from this rackety thing. I'm sure it won't hold too many people for too long.
Yeah, we should probably get off.
You hear
Wanna
that
get off?
loud creaks as you step off of it, and replaced by the loud creaks is this man yelling. He is yelling into his phone. Come on! Just 2 more days on the work site! You gotta give us more time. Listen, these Pokemon, they don't want to be moved! What do you mean there's no power? Ah! And he throws his phone on the ground and he starts stomping it in. He's like, this day couldn't get any worse. And he turns and he looks at you and he goes, what?
Nothing. Nothing. Carry on with the day.
He just goes and he walks over to the wall and you see him like exasperated breathing. Like he is just trying to hold it together. What do you guys want to do? You now have access to this city. You can go where you want and talk to who you want.
Marigold's gonna turn to the others and then kind of step behind them. Well, I'm gonna follow the locals. I'm from Kalos, and this is very unfamiliar to me and Stella. And at that, she's asking to take out her Pokeball and pop out Stella.
You reach into your pouch and you take out your Pokemon with a loud little Pokemon opening sound. Cleffa pops out onto the ground and just looks up at you and looks very happy to be on land and just starts kind of dancing around you.
Marigold's gonna lean down and pet her. Look at that, Stella. Solid ground, and it's not Kalos.
She gets a little ahead of herself and starts running around and just kind of enjoying the open air. This is also a great time. You can also use the companion section of your character sheet now to just drag and drop summon your Pokemon wherever you want.
Oh?
Yes. So
There
you
you
can... She's so tiny on the map. Oh my god, look at Cleffa. She gets a little overzealous, and as she's kind of running around, this guy who's once again pacing bumps into her, and he just kind of like looks down, and this is a big dude. He's wearing like a big foreman's outfit. He's got like the security jacket, the helmet on, and he just kind of looks down and he goes, I can't be mad at that. And he just keeps going. And Cleffa oh, what is that? Oh, it's a measuring tool. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. However possible.
I think that'd be like an aura thing. What you just pulled up.
It's Pokeball.
It's a Pokeball. Yeah, sure. Alright. You guys are free to act and do as you please. The city is bustling. There's people roaming around. It looks like there's a market ahead.
Okay, I think that we should try and calm down Mr. Beat Red over there, and then if we get to like somewhat alleviate his problem, either by talking about it or by maybe offering to solve his problem, he might be willing to tell us a little bit more about like the layout of the city for free, which is better because the other option is to either like pay off a shopkeeper, would be my next best guess, to get a good layout of the town.
Or, we could act on our own knowledge. But if you want to go with that plan, I'm not going to stop you.
I think we should. He obviously seems concerned about something, so I hate to leave a man like that.
Your choice.
Alright, you want to approach the angry guy?
Yes, sir.
Alright, you walk over. And he kind of turns and gives you a look. And at this point, it looks like he's trying to like resign himself to not being angry, as difficult as that appears to be for him.
Sir, I must ask you to cease your pacing. I cannot help but notice that you were discussing Pokemon on the phone there.
Yeah.
I just so happen to be a Pokemon expert. Well, closer to adept right now, but I am a researcher. I'm always seeking to expand my knowledge. I was wondering if...
You're a Pokemon expert? Oh my god. I don't know who sent you. Pokemon God above. Listen. This town. You see all these wonderful little street lamps? Well, they should be on come dark, but when it comes dark, they're going to be out. We got very minimal power remaining to the city. This city, it runs on a power plant, you see. It's damaged. We had a terrible rain last night. It blew away half the factory. But the power station, it's damaged. Something's wrong with it. we can't get in there. There's these Pokemon, these insects that are crawling around and attacking us. We can't get anywhere near it. We can't do the repairs. And when this city runs out of power, it's not just gonna be the street lamps that suffer. And he points over at the Pokemon Center. And you guys see just to your left, down the street a little bit, you see 2 red buildings. One of which appears to be a Pokemart. The other one appears to be a Poke Center. Listen.
Oh goodness.
This is a real issue. I pacing around here, breaking my cell phone. I'm not helping anybody. But there's nothing I could do. The town foreman's on my ass, and I gotta get this job done. What do you say? You gonna help me out? I'll make it worth your while.
Sure, that sounds fine. And I hope you don't mind if I also suggest perhaps a non-lethal or perhaps using some sort of bait to lure the Pokemon out of the factory instead of more destructive means, correct?
Listen, I don't care how you get the job done as long as you get it done. But I gotta tell you, they're holed up in there tight. They made their nest in there and it's all kinds of webby. We can't even get near this stuff. The second we even touch the door, we can hear them making their way towards us. And it just... I don't like bugs. I would rather someone else do this. But listen, if you can get the power going again, you have no idea the difference it will make to this town. I'll make sure people hear about it. I may be an angry guy, but people know me. I fix their sinks. I fix everything. So what do you say?
Sounds like a noble cause that we can meet both a practical need of the people and a little bit of money on the side, as well as making some new friends around here.
Money on the side. That's always the bottom line. He looks at his wallet and he kind of fingers through a couple of bills. He says, "All right, I'll give you 100 Poke each if you help me out, and I'll spread your name around town. Everyone will know you. What are you looking for? Why'd you come here? You tourists? You don't look like tourists."
I'm trying to find some local Poke professors. You might be able to tell from my getup.
Local Poke professor. He looks around. He goes, "I think I could help with that. I happen to know a local. So, you help me, I'll introduce you to the right people. Maybe you walk out of it a little richer. But listen, you get straight out of town, straight south, a little bit of forest, you'll hit the power plant. It's a quick trip. As soon as better than later. If it hits night and we don't have power, these people, we don't know what's gonna happen. Pokemon, they don't like to. The wild Pokemon don't like to hang out with the lights."
Yeah, no. They usually don't.
Man, I thought I was done for. But you guys, you seem like you could figure it out. You got Pokemon, right? I see those. Those are Pokemon. Look at those. And he looks over at, yeah.
You want to see my Pokemon?
Yeah, sure.
Just a second. Oh.
Who needs Pokemon anyway when you got fists?
Your Rocky looks up at you, sad. He looks like you might have abandoned him.
Okay, you also have fists. That's the point.
He looks at his fists. You summon Kabuto,
buddy.
and he appears next to this man. He goes, "Oh, whoa, look at that little thing. What does it do?" It's an insect. Oh god, is it an insect?
No, it's not. It's a rock. It's a living fossil.
Oh. Is it friendly?
It's 300 million years old and it is mine at my command. It is friendly to those I deem friendly. It is unfriendly to those who are its enemies. But you are not, thankfully.
He holds out his hand, and before checking with you, Kabuto immediately goes up to him and starts loving on him. He's like, "Oh, he's kind of friendly, He's a little scary, but well."
It's actually quite interesting. I'm writing a sub-thesis about why the rubbing phenomenon appears even in the Pokemon for humans of all hands, but that's for another day.
Interesting. Well, listen, I gotta get home to the old lady. I left in quite a fit. She's probably worried about me, but you guys take care of this for me. This right here, this is my house. Feel free to stop by. I'll pay you, and trust me, I'll know if the lights are back on or not.
Beautiful, thank you. Actually, one last quick thing before you deploy. Can I ask one quick favor?
Sure. What do you got?
If you could think of one place in town we should hit up before we go to the electric station, what would it be?
Oh, definitely Mateo's. He's just over there.
Okay.
And he points at the stall, in the middle of town. he doesn't exactly serve the most expensive of hoity-toity food, but man, he can ladle some gruel.
Sounds good. Mateos. Excellent.
Mateos. Yep. All right, best of luck. And he heads back to his house.
I look over towards Hope and just Edward. What do you think you're doing?
What do you mean? The lights are going to be turning off. Like, don't you think they're important?
I
Yes,
certainly
of
do.
course. Of course it's important, but we're not heroes, you know? We don't have to be.
Well, I mean, like, let me put this another way. I'm kind of worried that if this, like, power problem becomes, like, a real serious problem, they might jump to real serious solutions, and that might spell out to be insecticides. So ultimately, I think that if we can somehow lure out the Pokemon, namely by setting a bait pile in the nearby wild areas and then disturbing the nests, so that way they relocate to the second location, I think that would be much better for everyone involved, both humans and Pokemon.
Alright. Alright.
Well, I couldn't happen to agree more. We might not be heroes, but it doesn't hurt to help out.
I know, but he leans over a little bit and I just kind of whisper, I'm just worried about my chop, okay? He may be strong, but the little guy's still squishy.
That's
Well,
very
I wouldn't
fair.
worry at all.
Actually, you know what I think we should do before we depart is we should also maybe look into seeing if we can secure 1 or 2 antidotes, given the fact we're invading a bug-type nest.
That is fair.
The Pokemart is just beside you guys. You guys gonna do some shopping?
Well, we could buy antidotes if any of us had money.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
You guys
I
got
wouldn't
highway
mind
robbed.
a couple of antidotes to you guys. I already have a couple on me, but the more the merrier.
I feel better knowing they have some on you.
Yeah, it's quite comforting actually. Mazza, what do you think of all this?
I mean, I'm for it. I'd much rather us get the power working, especially if it's affecting the Pokemon in the center. I mean, we don't want any Pokemon to like die or anything because they can't be provided adequate care.
God, I hate taking the high road. Alright. Let's go to this Mateos guy and see what we can do then. Come on, everybody.
Alright, the party moves on.
Where did he say where the Mateos was?
Directly south. Yeah, directly south of you. The guy with the little food bubble above his head.
Cute.
Don't forget to drag your Pokemon along with you.
Rocky just looks at you. No, father!
Father, help!
Yeah, exactly. So you see a bustling market, and in this bustling market is a lot of Pidgeys. They are literally on everything. It looks like there is no deterrent to keep them from just getting in people's stuff, sitting on top of all the tarps. They look like a little gang that's taken over this spot. And you see running around hastily a young man in... oh, I forgot a whole part of this thing that I can do. Hold on.
I was gonna say, could we like fight the Pidgeys? Honestly, is there anything illegal about trying to like mass take down these Pidgeys?
You like get the thought in your head like maybe we could battle them, and you see all the Pidgeys, the hundreds of Pidgeys turn at you with red glowing eyes. You could fight them. You'd be a little outnumbered. And you see a young man with a orange apron and a blue shirt and blonde hair running around. Oh my god, we gotta get this done. Oh, it's not gonna be good enough. And he's like constantly just adding ingredients into this complex soup, cutting things up. And then you see a Pidgey lean over his like pot to take like a poop. and he grabs it and runs with the pot to the other side. And he's just manically trying to cook this meal. He hasn't even noticed you.
I'm gonna step forward and kind of knock on his
Oh,
counter politely.
Hi. Hey. I'm really sorry. I get so distracted when there's so much going on. It's just so chaotic right now. And you see no other customers. And he sets the pot down and says, "How can I help you?"
Oh,
Can
certainly,
we-
no worries.
Can we
I
help you
was-
in any way? Sorry.
Go ahead, Notable.
Alright, starting from the top. Oh, certainly, no worries. I also get distracted. There was a gentleman that recommended we try out this place, and I was just on a long journey from Kalos region, so I'm certainly very hungry.
Oh, that's very far. I've never been out that way. Well, it's only 5 Poke for a meal. You guys are new in town. Wow, that's something. He pours some soup into a bowl, and before even asking for money or thinking about whether you paid for it, he kind of like presents you with this bowl of like delicious looking soup. It's got like an orange color to it, and you see all kinds of fruits, vegetables popping out of it. What region did you say you're from?
She's gonna look at it and give him a smile, and then slide him over 10 Poke, and then look at the others. What about you? Are you guys hungry?
Can I put it on a good favor, and I'll promise I'll pay you back as soon as I can. But I've been so long since I've been from home, and I'll be honest, I kind of over prepared and didn't quite spend my money appropriately.
He smiles a little bit. Please roll charm.
I'm not very charming.
He looks down at the soup and he's like, "I'm so sorry. Like, I have to feed my family. I can't afford to give any away for free."
Then the smell will entice me to come back when my pockets are a little bit fuller and my stomach's a little bit emptier.
I hope so too. I'm really sorry. It happens, you know. But you know, if you ever need food, there's always berries in the local environment. I know it's not the most savory thing to eat, but at the end of the day, you know, they keep our Pokemon fed. And he goes back to cooking. He said, "So what are you guys doing in town? Why Lazio? We don't have many tourists lately."
Returning home. That's
Same here.
Oh yeah, hometown? Okay, cool. Alright, well, I could tell you're a local. And, you know, just being that you are a local, most of the locals have an inherited trait of red eyes. So he can tell that with you.
Yeah.
And he's just
Uh,
go ahead.
So, Mateo's the name, right?
Oh yeah, that's my name.
Great, perfect, wonderful. So, you got any tips for the local power plant? Actually, do you have any spare food that we could use to lure out the small insects from the power plant? We're trying to solve this issue.
Actually, you know what? I think I do have something for you. And he reaches into a box below, and he pulls out a bunch of what looks like be just generally stale bread in various bags. He says, "This is bread we use to lure the Pidgeys away when we need to clean up. It's not very tasty, and I'm not sure if it's what you need, but it's something I'm willing to part with for free."
I'll carry it. That'd be wonderful. Thank you, Mateo.
Yeah, anytime.
Do I need to roll an athletics check, or is this just...
No,
Do I
it's just
carry
bread.
it?
It's just bread. Trust me.
Okay, got it. Thank God.
If you can crush rocks with your fist, you don't need to roll to lift bread.
I mean, yeah.
At this point, Mateo goes back to cooking as one of his other patrons walks over and kind of leans over and starts talking to him about some of the local gossip.
Meanwhile, Mesaluna has been semi-distracted by the child or hopefully child that seems to be in the fountain.
Yes, you notice that there is a child with a Magikarp who's on an inner tube, and he looks super depressed, and he's laying on his back, and he's just floating in circles as the drain like slowly spins. You imagine it's probably not the healthiest thing to be laying in.
Alright, well, Mesaluda's gonna go over because of how just dreadfully upset this kid looks. And he is going to just kind of say, "Hey there, little guy! What are you doing?"
He just kind of like slowly tilts his head back, and he like looks at you with his face and like his whole head half in the water. It's like, oh, I couldn't go swimming today. Well, not in this. I wanted to go swimming in the water by the beach. My mom said I couldn't.
Is there any particular reason?
Yesterday we had a bad storm. There was lots of ice. She said it was probably because of a Pokemon, but it's not this kind of weather this time of year. I like to swim. I want to go swimming. You know, I bet if you guys told my mom it was okay, she'd let me go. Will you tell my mom that it's okay if I go swimming? And he like sits up.
Looks at each other.
Yeah, they kind of looks at Simon, and just like,
I think it's better to let the mom at least know where he wants to go.
He like lays back down. He points over at the pink-haired woman at the stall to the top right. He goes, "That's my mom. She knows I'm here." And he like lets himself float away. Carp, his magic carp just kind of floating along after him.
Well,
I mean, if she's right over there, she probably knows, right?
No, she knows I'm in here, but she won't let me swim at the beach. I want to go to the beach. This is lame.
listen, buddy. Sometimes you just have to listen to your parents. It sucks, yes.
He like slowly narrows his eyes at you, and he lets his head go under, and you just see bubbles.
No. Could I try and lift his head up slightly?
Yeah. I mean, you pull his head out of the water, and he's like, get off me, and he kicks you and splashes you with water.
Great, I'm soaking wet and pissed. Perfect. And Zyphus walks off.
I mean, I don't know what he expected.
I mean, it is a child, and he's gonna turn to the kid and kind of call him over.
What is it? What do you want?
Well, I'd hate to be the person, but this certainly isn't very sanitary. I would definitely recommend getting out before you get sick.
Fine, but I'm gonna go swim at the dock. And he gets out of the water and runs away. Oh, he's not gonna run away. It doesn't let me make him run away.
No!
Oh, here we go. He gets out of the water, and you see he's still got this giant orange inner tube under his legs as he takes off. And you hear, Jordan! And he stops dead in his tracks. And you see him walk over to his mom. And it looks like he's getting scolded.
Well,
I mean,
what
at
an
least
interesting turn of events.
we got him out of the fountain.
I suppose.
Hooray!
Hooray is not the sentiment I think should be said here, but you do you, Marigold.
Who
If
is
you guys
this trainer?
don't want to
with
drag
the-
multiple tokens behind you, I can get rid of your Pokemon.
No, it's fine.
And he's
You
back
see,
in the water.
You see a gentleman wearing a red, like, trainer coat, and he's got this Machoke walking around carrying boxes and putting it into a van while he stands around. He's kind of tapping his foot, kind of idly waiting.
Okay, guys, this is kind of just the normal thing around here. Just like let it be. If you don't make anything, there won't be anything. Just keep going.
Alright.
Yeah, he doesn't
Very
like turn to
interesting,
acknowledge
though.
you guys or anything as you pass him. He's just kind of doing his thing. Looks like maybe he's moving.
How does Rocky react to the Machoke?
Rocky reacts to most Pokemon the same way, because it's not like in his head he sees them and he's like, that's going to be me when I'm older. He looks at every Pokemon and thinks that. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get big wings or, giant talons. He's just very excited to see any Pokemon. But he never runs up to them without your permission.
Well. Alright.
Excuse me. You guys see like a blonde-haired female trainer, maybe a bug-type trainer, kind of passing by you with various nets and equipment.
Oh, and there she goes.
Hold on. What up? She's gonna try to chase her.
What?
Hi, I just noticed you passing by, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but you seem like you're an expert with the bugs.
I mean, I'm pretty good with bug-type Pokemon. What's up? What can I do for you?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Me and my crew here, we heard that there was infestation at the power plant, and you're a local, so I assume you know something about that.
An infestation. Yes, I did hear about that. It's terrible. I'm too young. They won't let me go investigate it. I would be really good at investigating it, though. And she looks at you. Like, maybe you know something.
I certainly don't think in good faith I could let you come with us, but I think you could still help us out. Could you just give us an insight on bug types? What they like, what they don't like? We're trying to settle this peacefully. Or at least I am. I don't take much liking to hurting other Pokemon.
She gets kind of like this devilish grin. She's like, an advisory job. It'll get my foot in the door. Okay, I'll help. Do you know what kind of Pokemon they are?
Apparently, they have webs. And the bug type.
And she pops open this big green book, and you see her start flipping through it really quickly. And then she stops, and she goes, probably this. And she turns and opens a page, and I'm going to have her roll Pokemon Education to see how accurate that page is.
This can only go so well.
This goes
Damn.
really well. She turns and opens it. Is that 3 6s?
No, that's 2 6s.
2 6s and a 4. That's really good. She turns and opens the book and shows you. It's probably a Spinnerack. Spinnerack are really common in this area, and, well, I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't like to hole up in a factory, but, maybe something caused them to move out. But either way, yesterday we had a pretty big storm. They might be trying to hide from it. That storm is probably what damaged the factory as well that let them in. But Spinnerack are interesting. They're a very complex Pokemon. Did you know that their web is part of their internal organs? And that they can feel anything that touches their web as though it were them? And she gets, like, overly excited.
How wonderful!
She's gonna back up and kind of hold her hands up as this kid is getting really excited about this and say, well, thank you! That's very insightful. Do you happen to know what they like?
She steps forward towards you aggressively, and she says, I know everything that they like. But listen, if you catch me a Spinnerack, she looks around, she goes, I could probably get you some money. And maybe even, a potion.
Really? She didn't really care about the money, but the potion really had her interested.
I've only got the one. My mom gave it to me. But if I had a Spinnerack, I wouldn't need the potion.
Now,
I could certainly make it happen.
That sounds excellent. Could I ask an additional favor out of you, potentially?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
So, all Spinneracks deserve a home, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to flush them out from the factory, but it might be easier for them to move if maybe we prepared a secondary location with, like you said, everything a Spinnerack likes. So that way they move from the factory they don't like into a much better crib, and then that benefits you because now you know where the Spinamax habitat is going to be. Also,
That's
you
for
can
sure.
prepare it. Also, you can prepare it, but ahead of time before the Spinamax moved in, so there's no chance of you facing one. Not until after the move.
Spinneracks typically like treetops. They like to create big web circuits that cover all the treetops so they can move around freely and catch prey. I think your best bet would be to lure them out by making the habitat uninhabitable. I know that sounds harsh, but listen. They create nests and they stay in those nests. It's going to take quite a bit of force to get them to go out. Food won't be enough to lure them. If they're staying there, they likely already have a food source. She
So
thinks.
I'm carrying in this bird for nothing.
Let me roll some Pokemon education and see if she's
May I
smart enough. Yeah, you want
Is
to.
it possible for me to assist as well with my Pokemon education?
Anyone who wants to assist in a roll, I don't know the official rules for that right now, but I'm just going to add a general +2 to the main person rolling. And she has Elemental Connection because she's a bug trainer, so it's going to be even higher. So 14.
Beautiful.
You might need to smoke them out. It won't hurt them, but they won't like the irritation in the air, and they'll want to leave. Beyond that, it's tough to say. Bug-type Pokemon are very resilient, and they're very, very nest-like. They also might be protecting something. Bug-type Pokemon feel a strong connection with each other that we can't understand. It's on a primal level. So there might be something they're trying to keep safe.
So if we could both potentially find what they're building the nest around, whether that be a food source or something they're protecting, potentially the eggs, and we also add in smoke that should disturb them enough to move on.
That sounds logical. It's hard to say. Spinarak are very defensive, and they are predators. So that's probably why my mom wouldn't let me go deal with it.
Beautiful. May you tell me real quick what is the biggest type weakness of a Spinarak? Do you happen to know?
Oh, she would definitely know that. Let me pull that info real quick. Its biggest type weakness is going to be rock, psychic, fire, and flying. You asked,
Good to know.
you pretty much ran into the perfect person for this.
Thank you.
Yep, and she teleports away because I didn't have her clicked. Flies away. No, she just kind of looks. She goes, I gotta go talk to my mom. I have chores to do, and I also work at the Pokemart, so you might see me around there. But bye. And she runs off.
Marigold's gonna turn to Cope and offer a hand in a gesture for a high five.
Absolutely. Boom. Here there.
Solving problems with brutal efficiency. I love it. The path ahead will take you to the power plant. It is up to you guys now if you want to continue to explore, prepare, or move on.
Well, I do have good news. For what I know about Rocky, he's pretty resistant when it comes to bugs. He doesn't like them, but he hates them, in fact. But he's pretty sturdy when it comes to being fought with bugs. Is
Good.
Nocturne is he? I don't know. I'm not sure. So do we wanna go now or do we wanna wait?
Well,
I'd say we go now. The sooner the better.
certainly. Looking at my equipment here, pull out her bag. I don't have anything for smoke, but I do have this, if it seems similar. And she's gonna pull out a flashbang.
Oh!
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you see,
It's a flashbang.
you see her pull out basically a grenade.
What?
Oh my god!
My aunt Jenny gave it to me.
Of course she did.
That's really special there.
Any other secret gadgets you have, Miss?
I have potions. Not nearly as interesting as a flashbang.
No offense, but that's like comparing a Regirock to a Pichu.
What? Is it bad that I have this? My
No.
aunt was an officer. She
No,
just said I
it's-
might need it.
It's great, Marigold. It's great. Alright. If any of you get in trouble during the expedition, yell out for me and I'll throw some punches.
So I guess that's the only thing that we could think of before we descend on the tower. Is we probably want some Pokeballs. We might find some on the way or not, just because we want to be able to maybe capture that Spinarex. And the other thing too is that I was thinking is perhaps getting some leaves or like a tinder source so we can make the smoke ourselves, potentially, just like the resources, and then we could potentially use a survival check from yours truly to light a fire manually.
All right.
Well-
Go ahead.
Go on.
I was gonna say, we're about at the 1 hour mark, and I was thinking this is a good time for a quick break while you guys do some traveling over to the power plant. Seem fair?
Seem fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, stream. Thank you for joining us for the first half. Hope to see you in the second half. We're gonna take a quick break. The building is surrounded entirely by trees. It is pretty set back and clearly overgrown. But just from your approach, you can see that the roof has caved in on one side. And you can see that it's just completely exposed to the elements and pretty easy for any Pokemon to just kind of walk in. And at this point, you guys walk into the power plant?
Actually, this is the question I wanted to ask. Did we want to take the human entrance, or did we want to potentially take the way that the Pokemon entered?
Through the roof?
Well, maybe I don't have the climbing abilities like that, so maybe a human-sized door would be preferable, actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
You guys look at the door and you get this ominous sensation, like you're standing on the verge of a big decision, and you can hear just little bits of noise coming from the inside, something moving. What would you guys like to do?
I'm definitely going to pre-pull out my Pokemon.
Oh yeah, there's no question. Your Pokemon are out and ready, and they sense it just as much as you do.
Oh,
Can I
oh, my bad.
Could I wrap my fists in bandages just to make sure?
Yeah, you get yourself ready for a fight.
While Zyva's doing that, Marigold's gonna approach him and kind of tap him on the shoulder. She approached from behind.
What's up?
Hey Zyva. So I hate to ask, and as much as I'd like to be in the front lines, Spinarex in Kalos are quite notorious for hunting down fairy types, and my poor little Stella, she happens to be a fairy type. Would you mind if I let her stay by Rocky?
I don't mind at all.
Alright, perfect. And she's gonna, like, shuffle Stella to stand next to Rocky.
Just know one thing.
What's that?
If I'm forced to pick between your Cleffer and Rocky, I apologize.
Kava looks up nervously.
I'm sorry, Cleffer, you're adorable, but he's my buddy.
Rocky kind of has a bit of a smug smile. And with that, I assume you guys walk in.
Yep.
You guys, let's activate. Oh. Can anyone see anything?
Yeah, I can.
I can't.
Yep.
How unfortunate. The stream camera is like only seeing. Oh, because they don't have a character on the scene. Oh. I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, I used to make like a invisible actor that was like the stream cam for some of my other games.
Fair. Okay. Alright, well. It takes a really long time to open this door. Please hold. Sorry, stream. Please be patient with us. The Godfather waiting theme. All right.
Excellent.
We're probably gonna get banned just for those 3 seconds of Godfather music that I threw in before I realized that I couldn't throw it in. Alright, I just have to get this token vision, and that should solve our little issue. I'm gonna put us on break for a moment. Sorry about this, folks.
Get the stream see now.
So we're back. We're back in action, and the play now is that the camera is a Pikachu with a hat. So the Pikachu with the hat is the cameraman. Please ignore him, stream. But other than that, you guys enter the building. It is got this hum, this energetic hum that just kind of is constantly, perpetually in the background. What would everyone like to do?
If no one has anything better, I would like to have my as I said, these Rex scout forward. If everyone else would like to join me in stealthing forward as a scout party, I'd be more than happy to have them join me.
The first steps.
I think I'll join you.
I'll have Bella go along, clinging to Rocky.
You guys hear electrical arcing in the background as you move up.
Can I get Zavas to move instead of Rocky?
Yeah, you should be able to just click either one or the other. And if
Okay,
it doesn't
got it.
work, yeah, there you go.
Seven. Great.
You feel like you're making quite a bit of noise, but it's kind of hard to keep your volume down in the situation you're in. Will you make perception checks, please?
Okay. Eesh.
That die does not want to land. There it goes. That is flying perception checks. All right. Mezzaluna and Edward, you guys turn and you see something move along the far wall. You know that something's up. Something's in there for
What
sure.
do you think that was?
I'm gonna do like a vague hand signal and sort of just like zip my lips and sort of just like look at everyone with like a "is it go time" face.
I nod.
Thumbs up.
Sure.
All right, I say that we just burst in there. Then let's go.
I think I should go in the front.
Be my guest.
As you step out, you see a bunch of shadows in the webbing, and as they move forward, you see them. The Spinnerack. They have infested this place, and they are not happy that you are here. And you see their mandibles just clicking and shattering as you come towards them. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna step in front of Rocky. And I'm gonna prepare myself to fight.
All right.
I would like to try to perhaps intimidate them before we start fighting. The idea being that I'm trying to spook maybe some weak ones off before the fight starts.
All right,
Everyone
roll.
intimidation. Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm gonna have him roll intimidation. Go ahead, Bobby.
And by using Poke Psychologist, I shall use my Poke Education.
Nice.
With a 10,
Oogla.
you see maybe like some babies skitter off, but the main nest guardians appear to still be primed and ready to fight. And with that, everyone's gonna roll initiative. We're gonna switch this music up.
Hoorah!
Hurrah. Where's
Sorry.
initiative again?
Yeah, I'm looking for
That's
initiative
okay. That's
too.
okay. I will get you guys started. Let me get the proper ambiance. Do some funk. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So the first thing we do is I begin the encounter, and now everyone right-click your characters and your Pokemon, and hit the little sword buttons, and it will add them to combat.
Funky music.
It's funky.
Do we click the... Oh, yeah, we do.
Yep, you click the little D20. All it's going to do is use your speed calculation and put you in order. So there's no actual rolling of initiative. So it's going to give a lot of errors, but that's okay. It does not matter. Maybe if I just hit begin combat? No, that didn't work. Okay, well I'll just have them go at the end of the turn. It looks like they all have similar speeds anyway. So, combat begins. Nocturne is the fastest to the ball. What would you like to have Nocturne do?
Alright. Let me open up my moves. Hold on. So Nocturne, I guess I'm gonna have him move forward a bit. How far can we have them move?
When you click their picture on the bottom right of your screen, it should have a little picture of feet and then a number next to it.
Wow, he can't move for shit. Well, he'll move forward once.
Oh, he can fly though. He can fly 4. He has an overland speed for flying, so he can fly 4.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he can't roll very fast, but he can fly pretty far.
There we go. And then, is he able to reach any of them?
So what you'd want to do is check your abilities and check their potential ranges. So if we click on to your Pokemon, they got some cool abilities. All of their abilities, their furthest ability is Scary Face, which is range 4. And let's do a little measuring. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are not close enough to use any of your abilities. You would have had to use all of your movement just to get close enough to this one. So if you want to move to this square, you'd be close enough to use Scary Face.
Alright, then I will use Scary Face on whichever one's close enough to use it on.
So what you're going to do is you're going to hover over this one right here, and you're going to press T, and the T button is going to cause it to target.
The one on top of the computer-looking thing?
Yeah, this one right here that I'm pinging. And once you've hit T, you can just click the ability.
See, on my screen, when I don't know if it's because Mezzaluna can't see over there, but when you ping over there, I can't see anything.
Oh, that's a fair point. You can't see, but your token can. Let's see if I can give you vision through your token. Can you see now?
There we go. Yes, I can. Awesome. All right.
And that is a hit, and its speed goes down by 2, and this one looks like it doesn't want to necessarily fight you anymore. It's a lot slower, and it was pretty scared.
Nice. All right. I will end turn.
All right, Zyva, it is your turn.
Alright, well, I am going to walk up 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. And let me check my moves. Because I have those. It's melee range, so it has to be...
You gotta be right up in
within-
there. Yep, within.
Yeah, right up in there. I'm gonna give my my chop brutal orders.
Okay, you use your swift action to give your Machop brutal orders.
Yep. Let me get that real quick.
All right. Don't forget to pop out that compendium, guys. You're gonna use that a lot. Okay, all of your tokens should have vision assigned now. That should make your lives a little easier.
Great.
Which compendium do we need to have open?
If you go to the compendium browser, that has everything in the game in there pretty much. It's all the way at the bottom. It's not even a tab, it's like separated. You know where it is?
I think so.
Okay, I'll
It's
take a little
the-
screenshot,
Okay, thank you.
of course. Alright, what do you want to do, Zyba? You've charged up your Mon?
Yep. And I suppose I can't do anything. So I'm just gonna kind of sit there.
Okay, you stand ready in battle stance. Go ahead and pass your turn. Mezzaluna, you are up. Kabuto is on deck.
Alright, remind me real quick how to do the training thing.
So if you have the compendium open and you go into effects and you type in order or brutal or inspired, I'm not sure which one you have, you'll see a version that says order and effect. Drag and drop the one that says order directly onto your Pokemon.
Alright, how do I remember which one I have?
If you check in your features, you have inspired training. So if you type into effects
Alright.
inspired, should show inspired training in there.
Alright.
I'm
Just drag and
sorry.
drop it on
Yep.
onto Nocturne.
Yep, he has the effect, but he needs the order. There it is.
Alright. And in the process, I also just kind of whisper under my breath, "Good job, buddy." For my little guy being nice and spooky.
Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that'll do it.
Okay. Kabuto, you are up with Marigold on deck. Oh, Kabuto will be doing.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to press my push to talk. Can I, do I have to delay Kabuto to my turn in order for me to use my brutal training? Or, I forget, is there a way for me to interrupt Kabuto's turn with my brutal training?
The way I'm going to rule it is because the training seems to be so flipsy-flopsy. If your Pokemon's turn comes around and you have not taken your turn yet and used your actions, you can use your turn immediately. I'm going to give it priority action. So you can go ahead and give them whatever training they need.
Sounds good. And so then Kabuto will have the brutal training, then it's going to race in there. Ooh, I can't quite see another one, but I will target this one with Ancient Power. How about this one? Oh, yeah, okay. Let me just 154, cool, and then. So yeah, actually the only one that's in range is the currently damaged one. So sorry about this, bud.
Alright. See what that looks like.
$31 damage.
Alright, that hits. It deals 31 points of damage, and it has weakness. Is that rock type attack? What is that? It
This
is
a
rock.
type attack.
It has a weakness to rock type attacks, so it resists it less. And it gains 1 injury. You see this Spinnerack just get absolutely knocked to the ground by a series of flailing rocks, and its legs curl up under its body, and it is unconscious.
Show him that ancient power, Kabuto! You got it! That's Kabuto's turn.
Alright, that was a hell of a turn. Marigold, it is your turn.
All right. Remind me again how the sprint works. Do I move double my move speed?
Double your movement, and you use your standard action to do the rest of the movement.
All right. Marigold is gonna open up her med kit and prepare herself to help out her teammates, and then she's gonna take the sprint maneuver and move 7 spaces to. She's gonna stand idle next to Rocky, and that's about all I can do right now.
You can swift action give orders.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, my apologies. Swift action give orders, and she is going to use her cheerleader orders, and let's go with. I'm gonna do motivated, so I'll just keep track of that.
Yeah, you've definitely amped them up. All right. It is now Rocky's turn with Dr. Cope on deck.
Okay. Rocky is going to walk up. He's going to dash, actually. So that's going to be 10 feet of movement, I believe. Because 5 times 2. Is that correct?
Yep. Keep in mind that they don't have like a swift action, so if you have them run, there's nothing else he's going to be able to do.
Right. I guess he's just going to stand here by my side.
Okay. Yeah, Rocky
Oh,
runs
it's not
up.
my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry, Marigold. Will you pass your turn?
Oh yeah.
No, you have to click the button.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I may not have iterated that. If you go into combat, there's like a little tab button that you can click to go to the next person. The little arrow.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah, he's gonna go right here.
All right, Rocky runs up beside you, ready to brawl.
Great. And that's gonna be it.
All right, Dr. Cope, it is your turn with Cleffa on deck. I believe your mic. Oh, you're good.
No, I was just moving up first, and then I am going to I could either move or with a Pokemon education check, can I wonder what would be a good application if I could maybe charm them or intimidate them in some way that would be useful. Anything that comes to your mind, DM?
So if you decide to use like Intimidate and you roll exceptionally well, I would give them like the equivalent of like a -1 to a combat stat, maybe speed or something.
Sure, I'm trying to be scary here. I'm trying to, be like, hey, leave, shoo, get out of here.
Okay, roll for Intimidation.
Using your Pokemon education.
Yeah. So this Spinnerack right here looks deeply concerned by your behavior. How do you try to scare a Spinnerack?
I'm going to put my hands on either side of my head, a little bit like antlers, and then I'm going to jump up and down shouting "Booga wooga wooga" as I like move my abdomen like a worm. Booga wooga wooga wooga.
It looks deeply concerned. It gains a small minus to stats. Anything else you'd like to do? Any orders?
I already gave my orders to Kabuto to be
Yes, you
extra
did.
brutal and cunning, which it did, so I'm quite satisfied with this so far. I'm expecting them to run at me this turn, but I do not have arachnophobia, so it is now Cleffa's turn.
Cleffa, it is your turn with a ton of Spinnerack on deck.
All right. Cleffa is gonna notice that Zyva is at the front lines, and she's gonna first run next to Edward Cope, and then she's gonna do a little dance, raising her hands in the air, and she's gonna use Wish, and a little shooting star and a moon appear over Zyva's head. Is there a way for me to link that ability?
Yeah. If you click the little arrow, you got it.
There we go. So pretty much at the end of your next turn, you're gonna regain HP equal to half your full HP.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That is pretty dope. And that's Cleffa just dancing around, wishing on people.
Yep.
Cool.
He's wishing people. And that's Clef's turn.
Alright, feel free to pass turn, and we will start off with this Spinnerack, who is none too pleased with the situation. He's gonna move up.
I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank.
And I like to take all of their turns at the same time just for convenience. Better hope you're a tank. Alright, so we're going to start with this top left one. He is going to use... Oh, I screwed that up. That's okay. Alright, is it Cone 2? Okay, so they are going to use String Shot. And String Shot is going to target both of you guys. And from what I understand, it just happens. They start shooting out webbing at you and Machop. Absolutely covering you guys. And let's see.
Ew.
So, do you know how to lower your combat stages?
How do I lower my combat stages?
So you double click your character and you go into your stats, which is your
Oh god,
combat
another
tab.
chop.
Did I bring a chop? Oh, he's not supposed to be there. What are you
Okay.
doing there?
I don't know what they're doing there.
You're good.
Okay, I'm in a combat chat.
So go to speed and lower
That's-
it by 1 for you
That's
and
not
your
in
Machop.
combat.
It's the fist. Under fist, you have your stats.
Okay,
For maybe for
speed,
you. Yeah. So you're gonna
modifier.
So you're gonna
stage
lower.
bonus.
Hold on. You're gonna lower your speed and your Machop speed by 4. All 4 of these Spinnerack are gonna use String Shot, and they're basically wrapping you up completely.
Yeesh. Okay. It's not in combat for Machop, but I think I can find it.
Yeah, it might be different from a chop, but yeah, you feel yourself so bound up in this living thread that anymore, and you will not be able to move at all, and you are already much slower. And that is all of the Spinnerack's turn. They look very interested in confining you guys. Maybe for digestion later. And we're back to the top of the initiative order with Nocturne.
Okay. Nocturne is going to first move closer.
Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. Is Rocky's total speed 6 or less right now? Let's check his stats. Yes, his speed is less than 6, so he's actually completely wrapped up. He cannot move. He's stuck.
Shit. Okay. Got it.
All right. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. Is there any way Nocturne can help Rocky out?
Let me look that up right now. The stuck condition. All right. Afflictions. Well, stuck is not in there. Let's take a look. Grants threaded. I'm not sure what threaded means, but I'm going to say that you can get Machop free, but it would take your entire turn. You have to move over to him, and then you have to use your standard action to, like, start ripping him free.
I'm fine with doing that during my turn. But if you want to do it for yours, I'm fine with that.
It's okay. We don't need to worry about that. What would you like to do?
I guess Nocturne will wait. I mean, not wait, but like instead focus his energy on attacking one of these Spinneracks.
All right, go ahead and choose your attack.
Gonna move closer, and he is going to I didn't mean to click that. Hold on. Going to use hypnosis on the one I have selected.
Nice.
Ooh.
And I got a 17 question mark
11.
11.
Yeah.
I got an 11.
That's still really good.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm sorry, I was muted. I was reading. Which one did you target?
The one closest to
The one on the left.
this one.
I didn't see the ping. It was quick. Which one?
The one to the left of Zyba.
Okay, that one falls asleep, and until something happens to it, it is not just gonna get up. Alright.
Okay.
Alright, let me end my turn.
It's your turn again.
It's my turn again. Okay. Mesaluna's going to finally move a bit closer.
Oh, it... Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I targeted the wrong one, and it automatically did it. Okay.
And once again, I'm going to, of course, drop the order on my little guy. And Mesaluna is going to call up to Zyba and say, "We're gonna get you out of there, okay?"
Yeah.
And that'll end my turn.
Alright. So with that one falling asleep, Kabuto, it is your turn with Marigold on deck.
Kabuto's going to run up into the corner of the room, and then it is going to spend the rest of its turn sharpening its claws with the sword stance. That's what I spent my 2 points on.
Okay.
I just do it automatically. I raise my attack by 2 stages.
Cool.
Nice.
I go up to a 22 attack, and that's my turn.
Alright. Go ahead and pass your turn. That'll be Marigold's turn.
Kabuto spends the turn picking its claws on the tile work, sharpening them to a fine needle point.
Nice.
Marigold's turn.
Alright. Marigold is going to move 4 and stop at Rocky as her movement. And why can I not control her? Oh, because I have it. Stop at Rocky right here. And you said it'd take my action to break him free, right?
Yeah, I'm basically going to put it as there's no rules for ripping a Pokemon out of a bunch of netting. But I'm going to say with how completely covered he is, yeah, your whole turn.
Alright, that's perfectly fine. She's gonna crouch down and start tearing away at this webbing and just say, "There, little guy, I'll have you out in a moment." And yeah, I guess that'll be my whole turn.
Alright. And with that is Edward's turn with Clef on deck.
Just to double check, no one is currently enwrapped by those spiders anymore, right?
Yeah, Zyva's pretty wrapped up. He's about to be fully bound, and Machop is just getting free.
Cool. Could I still run over and use my action on him to completely cut him free again to get him back to neutral? Because he's not fully enwrapped yet.
How far away are you? 5.
I do that.
And you have 5 overland. Yep, you're good. You,
And then
how do you do it?
I'm gonna bust out my pocket knife, and I'm going to like cut basically starting at his armpit, going down to his hand, binding his limb.
Zyva, you're freed from your cocoon.
I emerge as a beautiful butterfly. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Alright, and with that is Cleffa's turn with Zyva on deck.
Alright, Cleffa is going to take the sprint maneuver and move right in between Zyva and Rocky. And she's not going to be able to do anything, but she stops there and kind of raises her arms defensively. For anybody she's adjacent to, you guys resist all damage by 1 stage. So if you're not resistant, you're resistant. If you're resistant, you're 4 times resistant. So Rocky's 4 times resistant to damage right now.
Damn.
Well, poison damage and bug damage. That's he's a fighting type.
Yeah.
And that's your turn.
Okay, cool. Me. I'm gonna look at the biggest spinner rack, and I'm gonna use Rock Smash. What's the most threatening looking one right here?
They're all pretty equally threatening. Bunch of giant
Got it.
spiders.
I'm gonna target this one right here.
Alright, go ahead and use Rock Smash. Punch that thing in its fucking mouth.
And I remove the combat, the speed modifiers.
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. Roll -2, okay.
It's
Plus
funny, it
8.
just completely changed your spot in initiative. That's gonna get confusing.
Ah, damn. That's a 0. I miss.
Yeah, that is a very low roll. You go to swing at it, and it's just too quick. It's very insectoid, very quickly. Is that your turn?
Can I give brutal orders to Rocky again as a swift action?
Yeah? Yeah, you,
Okay.
you tell Rocky what's up. And while you're doing
Rocky!
that,
Rocky, beat this guy's ass!
oops. And with that, it is Rocky's turn. Actually, it kept track of the change in initiative, and it moved you automatically. It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Okay, Rocky's gonna move right here. I need to give him the brutal thing here real quick.
Yep, because it always falls off.
My bad.
No, it's good. It's just the way the system works.
Alright, I am going to... Can I struggle or do I have to low kick?
You can use struggle.
Okay, I'm gonna use struggle.
Alright. Your Machop
On
begins
this
swinging
one right
his
here.
arms rapidly.
Yup. Damn!
Damn, that is a crit.
34 damage.
Well, you were attacking the unconscious one, but you basically beat this Pokemon to an ever-living pulp.
I didn't mean to attack the unconscious one, but... Oh, he's just sleeping, my bad.
No, yeah, well, he was sleeping. But now he wakes up, and he is still barely alive. He looked like he was the biggest one. And he... Is that your turn?
Okay. That's going to be my turn.
Damn, that's some damage. Actually, let me see if
34
they're weak to fighting. They are not.
I don't think they are.
They are not.
It's a normal type because it's struggle.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh yeah, that's true. It is a normal type attack. And with the Spinnerack, they look none too happy with the situation. Oh, you attacked the one on the right, and it automatically deducted the damage. And then I injured this one, which did not need to be injured. Might be. I totally misunderstood that. And he is still asleep. That's what you meant by I didn't need to attack the sleeping one. Okay. So this one, he's not happy. He sees his buddy get knocked down. He's going to turn and look at your Machop. And he's going to shoot out some purple webbing, which appears to be quite sharp. It keeps showing him as sleeping, even though it's his partner that's sleeping. Let me just remove that. I think the issue is because I copy-pasted them instead of generating them, and now I see that that will not work in the future.
Yeah, I think that the all technically the same actor.
Exact same actor, yeah. That's okay.
To give one of them sleeping, they all update the sleeping status.
That's okay, I'll figure it out. The one that is to the farthest right is going to use Poison Sting on Rocky. He hit.
Oh no.
Does 20 poison damage to Rocky, but Rocky does have resist, does he not?
To poison? No.
Okay. Takes 11 damage. He's a little hurt. He's a little stung. And on a 17 plus, it causes poison. It was not a 17 plus. And it is the next Spinarak's turn. He's unconscious. That'll be this little Spinarak. And he is going to follow suit with his buddy. And he is going to use Poison Sting on Rocky. Rocky almost knocked one of them cold clean out. So they're getting their revenge in. And they hit.
Oh boy.
Come on, dice. Get off my screen. Go on. Get out of here. Apply damage. And Rocky takes an injury as the poison seeps into his system. Although it doesn't overcome him, you see him looking very tired and very hurt. And it is the next Spinarak's turn. And this one has its sights set on you.
Let's go. Come at me.
Actually, we have to... Actually, he's asleep. No, he has his sights set on you in his dreams. And then this one, who is conscious, is going to... He is going to use... Oh, he can do this. No, we're just going to use Poison String. The standard, the classic.
It's a hit.
It is a hit. You get slammed with this poison needle, and it sticks in your skin, and you instantly begin to feel tired.
Hate to interrupt, but make sure that you're resisting that damage, because Clef is protecting you.
For Zyva?
Okay.
Yeah, for Zyva. Anybody adjacent.
Alright, so it would have gone from 7 damage to 3 damage. So it didn't do too much.
Can I change that? Oh, never mind, you then.
You're good. I'm quick. Alright.
Hey.
And...
Sorry, not to interrupt. Somebody gifted a D4 in the chat.
Oh, someone gifted a D4? Awesome. You guys can use that whenever you are ready. I'm going to let you guys decide that on the immediate most initiative order, because otherwise it would go to me. So next up is our fabled ghost type, Nocturne. Nocturne, you have a D4 to spend additionally. What would you like to do?
Nocturne is going to... which is the one that hurts? They all hurt, my friend. Actually, never mind.
They all did, yes. That one is hurt on the right, though.
On the right, which one?
The one with the... Yeah, the one that he's targeting. This one right here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, the one that I put to sleep earlier?
No, the one that put to sleep is on the left. Because these guys are all clones, they copy each other's abilities and effects, so don't worry about the health. This one to the right that I'm pinging is injured.
Got it. Alright, I am going to go ahead and... use Struggle on the one that's hurt.
Alright. Go ahead and use Struggle.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
That's the sweet to meet the ball. He is out cold. So that one is
Awesome.
done. And I'm just going to delete him because otherwise this whole thing is just going to get more complicated.
Fair enough.
But yeah, you knock that Spinnerack out cold. And that D4 will keep on riding to the next person.
All right.
Zyva, it is your turn.
Great. Okay. Which one looks most hurt? Can you ping that for me?
These three all haven't been damaged. The ones that you guys have hit are unconscious.
Okay, am I allowed to attack then throw a Pokeball at one of them?
So are you looking to catch a Pokemon at this point?
Yeah, I'm looking to catch a Pokemon.
So the capture rules, let me pull them up real quick. Alright, so to capture a Pokemon, it will be a standard action. So you can't both use a move and try to capture a Pokemon. You can give orders and then try and cap a Pokemon.
Okay, I'm gonna give Brutal Orders again to Rocky. And I'm gonna try and catch a Pokemon.
Okay,
What do I roll?
I have to do some math real quick, because this capture mechanic is complex.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll 1d100.
Okay. Please, God.
That is not enough. You throw the Pokeball, and the Spinnerack bats it away, and it lands on the ground broken.
Aw, man. Way to break it. Anyway.
Alright. Next up in the initiative order, Mezzaluna with Kabuto on deck.
All right. Mezzaluna's gonna move closer.
Oh, sorry. Let me just...
And give me one moment.
I fucked that up. It was the lower the better. The lower the better. You did catch that Pokemon.
Let's go!
Nice!
I fucked that up.
First capture of the
It's
campaign.
good!
First capture of the campaign.
Woo!
We're playing!
You officially have captured a Spinnerack, although you're not sure if it's going to be very loyal to you at this moment. But it is in the ball, and the
It's
ball is
okay.
on the ground.
It's fine. It's okay.
All right. Hold on. So, when it comes to taunt, and it says that the target becomes enraged. What does the enraged stat do?
Enraged. Let's look that up. So, you enrage another Pokemon, or your Pokemon becomes enraged?
It's just the target.
Target, so whoever you use it against. Alright. Enraged. Let's see what that does.
While in range, the target must use a damaging physical or special move or struggle attack. At the end of each turn, roll a DC 15 save check. If they succeed, they are cured of rage.
Okay, so basically it's going to go into a violent rampage, and it's going to attack anything that's near it, which makes perfect sense.
Got it. All right. I am going to use one moment. Baby doll eyes on one of the Spinneracks.
Alright, you look at one of the Spinneracks and you give it the cutest look that you possibly can muster. And it Hits. Its attack is lowered by 1. And they look at you and they don't have the heart. They don't have the heart to take you out and eat you.
Love the goth being able to use baby doll eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alright.
Amazing.
With that, it is Kabuto's turn. That D4 still rolling, and Marigold on deck.
Okay, cool. So I still get to add D4 to this.
Oh yeah, that D4 is still rolling.
That's beautiful. So Edward Cope is going to encourage Assassini's Rex by shouting, "You got this! Show them the power of 3 million years of rage! Unleash it upon these insects that people have falsely compared your species to. Show them the power of rock!"
Show them the power of rock. Let's see it.
And then which one had the baby doll eyes? The one with the green dot over them, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm attacking the one that's it, dude. With ancient power.
I'm taking that. Okay.
And how do I add a D4 to just slash or D4 on top of that?
Yeah, slash R space 1D4. Or you can click the little D4 button.
I don't think you need to.
Well, he can add it to his damage.
Fair enough.
Jesus!
So that's
The extra 3.
Yeah, the extra 3.
Oh, and also, I also want to point out that's also with type weakness too. So.
Yeah, you are especially geared to deal with these types of creatures, and your Kabuto just absolutely blows it away.
Team Rocket blasting off again.
Yeah, except it's an unconscious Spinnerack.
Are we?
At
I'm sorry. Are we allowed to speak each other at any time?
any time, there's free actions.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mesalu's gonna quickly bring up, hey, do we want to catch one of these for that little girl?
Ah, crap. I have still 3 Pokeballs.
Alright, it's Marigold's turn with Machop on deck.
Gold is going to run up to this one, and she's going to use Assist. And when she does this, Stella does a little dance, and a moon appears over her head. And one of her arm kind of bulks up, and she looks at this thing and says, "Sorry, little guy, Officer Jenny taught me this one." And she's going to go in for an uppercut using Pound.
Jesus! The nurse runs in to fucking punch a Pokemon. I love it. Only in Pokemon
She's a battle
Tabletop.
nurse.
Only in Pokemon Tabletop. Let's see that damage. Let's see that roll.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that sucks. Do you mind if I temporarily move Stella close? Because technically this is Stella's move, but Marigold is using it because of Assist.
That's
And-
fine.
Yeah, thank you. I'll put her back in a moment. Or not.
Or you can't move her.
Press
No, I
M
can't
while
move.
you're dragging them. Oh, I guess only I can do that. There they are.
Oh, watch it.
Alright, so that does hit. And bada bing, bada boom. Damage! The Spinnerack looks a little hurt, but not overwhelmingly so. You kind of punch it on the nose, and it seems like it's got a pretty durable shell.
Alright, and that'll be the end of my turn. Actually, I'll use my swift actions to encourage Stella. And I guess move her back.
Haha, she moves back.
That's my turn?
That is your turn. Alright, Machop. on
Rocky just looks around for a moment, and he just walks up towards. Actually, Rocky's brave. He's gonna walk up and he's gonna punch this thing with low kick.
Okay.
I don't wanna. Actually, I'm going to use Leer instead.
You know, leer at it. Alright. Was it attack goes down by 2 stages?
I believe so. Let me check. Defense lowered by 1 combat stage.
Defense lowered by 1 combat stage. Okay. At this point, multiples of its stats have been dragged down, and it looks very nervous.
I still have to roll.
Oh, I didn't realize it required a roll.
Yeah, it's weird. I rolled a 1. I don't think that does anything.
It just says all legal targets. It's a legal target and it's a cone, so it shouldn't need any roll. Even if it has like the ability to roll it, I don't think it matters.
That's fair. I'm gonna apply the effect.
Did you have it targeted?
I do need to get it targeted.
Could you target it and try again and see maybe if it actually is supposed to be? You go ahead and roll again.
Okay. We'll just use the first roll if it.
No, that's fine. You can roll again. I kind of want to see how this works out if it's correct. Okay, so it does require a roll, but it just seems like the evasion at this point is so low that there's no hope of missing. So yeah, you hit it. No problem. Anything else you want to do?
Do opportunity attacks do exist in this game, right?
Yeah, but it would need to move out of your radius.
Okay. No, I was just asking because I was gonna move Rocky back, but I don't think that's a good idea.
It is not.
I'm gonna finish my turn.
Okay. And with that, it is Cope's turn with Cleffa on deck.
Pokemaniac time, baby. Pokemon education roll against that spider.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll Poke Education. What are you trying to educate yourself on?
So what I want to know specifically is because I get to know its nature, get to know what it's like. It's kind of scared right now. What I want to tell everyone is the inside baseball as to how we can get this thing to side on us, and maybe we don't even need to use a traditional Pokeball like capture. Maybe we can get this thing to side over to us willingly. Like for example, like I know some Pokemon like spicy food, for example. So I don't know if maybe we could lure it in some way.
At this point, it's pretty scared of you guys. It would be pretty easy to scare it off, but to convince it to join you would be a whole nother ball of wax. So at this point, if you wanted to make another roll for... Well, we could just consider this an intimidate... Well, no, you would need another roll for like intimidation or something, but... Yeah, you have a good chance of scaring this thing off, making friends with it. Probably not. Just beat up its whole family.
Okay, cool. I would then just make another Pokemon education check for intimidation, but instead of trying to get it to run away, I want it to like stand there still shaking in its boots.
Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah,
17.
yeah. I'm gonna lower its defense by an additional point. It's terrified. There's so much going on. There's so many people around it, and this is not what it was built for. And with that, it is Cleffa's turn with this lonely Spinnerack on deck.
Cleffa doesn't want to bully this poor thing.
Someone please hit it with a Pokeball as well as my final piece of advice.
Get this guy out of here. It's kind of bullying now. Let's see. Oh man. You know what? Cleffa is going to stand by her trainer's side and do another little dance, trying to charm this thing, and lower its attack stage by 2 more.
Oh my god. Charm. What attack stage by 2 more? At this point, its attack is so low that it literally can't do damage almost. So after Cleffa's turn, which I assume that was all Cleffa had.
That's all Cleffa can do right now.
This Spinnerack is gonna turn and run away, and it's gonna start unless you guys intend to stop it.
Oh, I thought that was my intimidation thing, was to leave it, to keep it stand still though. I maybe could it do like a focus in order to try to break free of its like.
Yeah, let me roll to see if it can get through this. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just going to stay where it is. It wants to run away, but it can't really do anything. So I'm going to take us out of initiative. There's nothing really it can do. At this point, it's afraid enough that it's not trying to run away because it thinks you'll kill it. Let me get us some slightly different music playing.
Can I recall Rocky because he's so hurt?
Yeah, you can recall Rocky.
I recall Rocky. Bye-bye, Rocky. I don't know how to delete this token.
I got it. Don't worry about it. What do you guys want to do? This little Spinnerack is cowering. It looks absolutely terrified of you guys.
We should try to catch it, right? Like that little girl said that she could give us money for catching it.
And a potion.
Yeah.
I could try using my Pokemon education as a charm in order to get it to calm down and maybe accept getting captured.
Seems a little mean.
I mean, at this point, someone's just got to throw a Pokeball.
Yeah, just throw a Pokeball.
I'm just gonna sigh a little bit and give Marigold the Pokeball and just go. Yeah, I don't feel too good about capturing such a poor creature.
Oof. Well, me neither, but it's either this or leave it scared. And I promise I'll take good care of it after we get out of this situation. And
Alright.
She's gonna toss the Pokeball.
Roll a D100.
The lower the better.
Sir.
Yes, the lower the better.
D100? D100.
D100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you have a Spinnerack, Rocky. Or, Zyva. You don't have one in your
Ooh.
party.
Eesh,
Not a
89.
good catch.
It doesn't seem to like the Pokeball. It actively avoids it and starts scurrying around and trying to avoid it, but the Pokeball doesn't break. It just looks damaged, like it needs repair, like the other one does.
All right. Well, I'm gonna turn to Zyva and say, honestly, we could just let it go. There's plenty other Spinneracks here, and I'd hate to keep this poor little guy here.
Okay. And let's just leave it. Poor thing.
All right. And as soon as we let it go, Marigold's gonna almost comedically stand over here and then start setting up a little field clinic, and then turn to everybody and say, "All right, head count. Who's injured?"
Rocky's
I'm
pretty
good.
bad. Rocky's pretty bad. Badly injured.
All right, we'll bring the little guy here.
I bring him hold on. Companions. Whoa. Yeah, he's pretty badly injured. And I just pet his head. Poor little guy.
While Marigold is tending to the injured, would you guys like to do some exploring? This room looks pretty complicated. There's computers set up in a server room. Looks like some sort of interchange device as well. Something you guys have never seen before.
Yeah, while Marigold is taking care of Rocky, I'm just gonna walk this way.
Yeah, while I'm up and around, I would actually like to check the nests and see if maybe they stashed any goods, maybe like berries or perhaps in the nest.
Yeah, why don't you make a perception check? You don't see anything of note. It looks like mostly trash that's kind of been strewn together into some sort of makeshift fort. You can see a lot of food around. Alright. Mezzaluna, as you turn the corner, you can see a bunch of storage bins and barrels that look like they were pretty poorly taken care of. And you can also see where the water has leaked down from above and mixed in with these contaminated fluids, and it does not look safe.
Yeah, Mezzaluna's gonna give that a wide berth. He's not gonna get near that.
That's logical.
What's our cameraman doing?
They're a cameraman. And for you, Edward, you walk over to this computer, and it looks like a fairly high-tech device. It looks like it was used to generate and pull a lot of power. It's currently off, but you can see quite a bit of its construction, and it's quite a machine.
Very nice. Could I potentially do a technology education to maybe have some insight on this computer?
Yeah, absolutely. While you're doing that, Marigold, would you please roll me medicine? See if you can.
Actually, I am using one of my features, first aid expertise. While she's working on this, Rocky, she can remove one injury. It has all of its hit points restored and is cured of all status afflictions. And I can only do this once per day.
Yeah, Rocky is in perfect health. It's as though he was never injured. And as a result, he seems very happy. And also, well, she seems very happy and also very reliant on Marigold. They seem to like what they're about.
Yeah, she's gonna pat him on the head and say, "Good job, little guy. You did a great job out there."
She gives a big smile, and Rocky runs back to Zyva. And with a technology of 7, I'll say that from what you can decipher, this machine is meant for transportation. But beyond that, you really can't tell. You've really never seen anything like this before.
Very curious. The only other thing I'll make mention of this area is, can I quickly rifle through that trash can?
Yeah, there's a bunch of like old papers in there, and like some gum, and like an apple that's been decaying for like 3 weeks.
A snack.
I would like to do a perception check on the papers just to see if there was anything important that was thrown away.
You don't have to roll perception for that. You look at these papers, and as far as you can tell, they're readouts of the discharge rate of different Pokemon. Zyva, you decide to branch off from the screen a little bit. We're gonna see if I can clone this Pikachu. Yes, I can. He can only go to so many places. Zyva, you enter a large room which you're not sure of its intention or its construction, but you see these large chambers that look like they were built to house Pokemon. You see tubes that look like they've been fractured above them, where something looked like it busted out. And you see all kinds of old recording equipment. And in the center of the room, you see what looks to be like a self-recording device.
I'm gonna walk up towards it and play it.
Day 2. It seems like we've been able to get the Pokemon to respond to our input. They want to give us energy. I just don't think they can keep up. And then you hear it go blank. And all of you guys hear like a loud voice in the other room, those of you who aren't with Zyva.
What was that?
What intonation?
Hey, so, found something. You, them Pokemon experts might want to see this.
Right on.
Are they? Can I actually use Pokemon education? Because was I able to hear that recording, or should I replay it?
We'll just say for purposes you replayed it and you know what it says.
Okay. Can I do a Pokemon education roll then, looking at the discharge, like looking through like the somewhat food-stained discharge papers? I want to kind of know if like they actually are like following a safe protocol for the discharge, or if it's like veering into animal cruelty with how much they're asking out of these Pokemon.
So roll. Go ahead and roll. Oh yeah. There's some shady shit going on around here. You look at the containment that they were using for Pokemon, and it's obvious that they were using them to generate power. And from what it is clear that these Pokemon busted out. You get a feeling that the power generation needs were too high, and you get the feeling as well that any damage to this facility wasn't being properly maintained, and they likely didn't want to share the space with bug-type Pokemon, and they broke out.
Absolutely, and look at this. Point to one of the entries. What they did was that they, in order to stay within the quote-unquote safe regulation limits, they actually would mark down a Pokemon no less than 3 times. So they would have 2 Pokemons at maximum capacity, and then one that's like a half capacity. But it all has like the similar. It's like A, B, C, D, and it just is like they're splitting up like one Pokemon's output into several different columns in order to be in regulation.
Christ.
This ain't looking good, Chief.
How dreadful. This was a huge problem back at Santaloon City, where I came from.
Let's keep exploring. Maybe we can find something. Can I dodge out of the way this water?
Yeah, you can definitely go around it. You do see an additional hallway.
Okay.
You can easily tiptoe around the radioactive pits. As you go around the hallway, you can see what looks like a storage area for their equipment, and it's obviously just like thrown about. They very clearly didn't care about, being safe or having any sort of standard of practice. But you do see something shiny just up here. Could be a bit of a climb.
Could I climb up this barrel and take it?
Raw athletics.
Oh boy, my favorite! Let me see. Athletics. That's gonna be... Why am I untrained in athletics? Doesn't make sense. Anyway. Nice. 10.
Nice. You climb up there, and you almost lose your balance on top of this barrel, and you feel like you're about to fall over, but you steady yourself. And you reach forward, and you grab a paralyzed heal.
Ah, sick. I jumped on the barrel.
No problem. You stow that, and you have that paralyzed heal now.
Let me get the compendium for items. Found a little medicine thingy.
That's good to keep him on hand.
Yeah. But it has to do with electricity, so... I don't know if that's too good news.
You guys hear a hissing noise, which sounds distinctly different from the spinnerack. There's something still here. Maybe not in this specific room, but it sounded like it was back the way you came.
What was that? Did anybody else hear that?
I sure did.
Yep. I like how we move as a pack.
Oh god, I lost Nocturne in the darkness.
In the darkness. I can't move Nocturne.
Do we maybe go forward?
Oh no. You just move back real quick.
I got it. I moved Nocturne.
Awesome,
Okay,
thank you.
We're good.
Don't worry, everyone. I will find a better way to do all of this by next session. We have to know what we're doing wrong before we can figure out what to do right. You see a path ahead, and it looks like they set up some like blockade at this staircase ahead. You guys want to move the blockade and proceed?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys step forward and begin dragging out of the way these big barriers. And you may now proceed.
Uh-oh.
As you guys walk into the room, you see a Voltorb who is clamped down to this giant generation machine, and you see a pincer who is rapidly circling this machine, and you see them reaching down, grabbing something, and then moving up to help the pincer with something, and then every once in a while the pincer will close its eyes and that's not it. Discharge a massive bolt of electricity, like just raw energy, boosh, and the rest of the time it's just sparking and letting off this electricity. And as far as you can tell, this pincer is just taking some of these shocks to do whatever it's doing. What would you guys like to do?
Miss Luna kind of looks at Edward and is like, what's going on?
I honestly haven't the faintest idea, but this is very impressive. It's signs of Pokemon interspecies cooperation, which has only been documented a few times. It appears that this insect-type Pokemon is helping Voltorb.
The Voltorb is being used to generate electricity for the city. Doesn't seem too cooperative, however. Wait. Kabuto is a rock-type Pokemon, isn't he?
Indeed.
Isn't he immune to lightning?
But he's also a water type.
Crap. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Rock-type immunity overrides water-type, doesn't it?
I think ground types have immunity to electric.
Ah, shoot.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
play it back a little bit.
We got
that.
that.
I have a
Pincer-
like this.
Pincer steps towards you guys and takes a protective stance in front of the Voltorb, and you hear a clang as its giant head claws, we'll call it, snap together. And this looks like a pretty powerful Pokemon.
Meza,
Yes?
you can talk to Pokemon, can't you?
Can I?
Yeah, remember?
I'm more asking the DM. Am I able to do that yet?
No.
Crap.
No. You have shared senses, so you can communicate very well with your Pokemon, but you can't branch that out yet.
I haven't nailed the skill just yet. I'm working on it.
Alright. Who here can convince it we don't want to harm it?
I shall try my best if you allow me.
I'll try and help.
Okay, I'm gonna straighten up. I'm gonna do my hair real quick comb over. Oh, okay. And I'm going to attempt a Pokemon education with intuition, and I want to show that we are actually on the Pincer's side. That we also wish to. I'm not sure exactly what his intention was, but I'm trying to potentially free the Voltorb.
Okay. All right, roll Pokemon education and describe how you're trying to win this Pincer over.
Do you want me to describe? I'll describe this as I'm rolling. So I proceed to get on my hands and knees. I actually hold my palms flat, the back of my hands against the floor, and I sort of show myself struggling, and then I just sort of like give like a couple of full body shakes and stand back up, and then I point to the Voltorb, being like, I don't like being bound either. I think that's mean. I want to help this friend here.
The Pincer kind of like looks you over, and he steps aside a little bit. He's still wary, and he's ready to jump on you if he sees anything he doesn't like, but you guys can get closer. As you get closer, you can see that what is surrounding the Voltorb is berries. It looks like the Spinnerack and the Pincer have been collecting food for Voltorb and trying to get it out. You see claw marks all around the clamps that are holding Voltorb basically in place.
Absolutely riveting. I'm taking a quick sketch of this in my journal. Continuing, sorry. I'll let anyone else describe what they're doing in the situation. I'm just documenting all this for my research.
Mr. DM, does the Voltorb seem to be injured in any way? Tired, exhausted?
The Voltorb is in a state of exhaustion. From what you can tell, it is still discharging electricity at a consistent rate. Normally it would give one big bang and then it would rest and then it would be fine, but it's just being drained slowly.
How does the Pincer look?
The Pincer looks shocked, literally. You see burn marks on it, and it looks like a Pokemon that's used to fighting, and it has done its best to keep its friend alive.
Marigold's gonna turn to the others. As much as I'd like to treat the Voltorb, I don't think I can get close safely. So if you guys can figure out how to free it, would you mind if I take care of the pincer?
Yeah, go for it. Meza,
Hmm.
I'm gonna do something stupid.
Of
But
course
if
you
anything
are.
happens, you take care of Rocky. Alright?
And all right. I know there's no way I can unconvince you to do something stupid.
He
uh,
smiles a little bit for the first time and just goes, "That's why I trust you, buddy."
Alright, what's the stupid thing you're gonna do? And would you please roll Charm to see if you can get this pincer to maybe let you get a little closer? Marigold.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna try and climb and get rid of the clamps.
Okay, that was plenty. Pincer has already kind of accepted your presence, and it allows you to get closer, although it is still wary. You can go ahead and roll whatever you need for treatment to get it back up. And
I'm gonna tend to it while they're doing their thing.
okay, Zyva, from what you can see, this thing is discharging and arcing towards these 4 points, and it's continually doing this. As you would climb up it, you would take damage. Do you still want to proceed?
Okay, I have another idea. I'm gonna stand before these things. I'm gonna try and rock smash it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. That wasn't me. What? Oh,
That was a very high medicine check. You were able to treat Pincer's burns and shock wounds.
Do I need to roll to hit, or do I just...
No, you just straight roll damage.
Okay, I still need to roll... Yeah, die, so... So...
Yeah, roll it, it don't matter.
$19 damage.
Yeah, you punch the almost like the metallic globe at the top, and it dents, breaks, and falls off. And you notice that the clamp that was holding it down on its left side looks like it's weakened a little bit.
Okay. So gotta do this 3 more times.
Beautiful. I would also like my Kabuto to get in on this. I'll let them assist. Can I have him do a combat skill then?
At this
Set up,
point,
or do you
I
want
would,
me
At this point, I'd just say all of you guys join in the fun and start absolutely breaking the fuck out of this generator. And Voltorb, he drops down. As far as you can, oh, there's a dog in the picture. As far as you can tell, Voltorb has broken free of its binds, and it rolls over. And Pincer and Voltorb kind of hug. He goes over and gives it a hug.
Aww.
And the electrical arcing sound that has filled just the humming that has filled the background since you guys have gotten here steadily fades away. And Voltorb is safe. Voltorb kind of looks at you guys with appreciation. Both of them do. And they seem pretty happy. What'd you guys like to do?
I would like to bow graciously, and I'm going to sort of like offer my hand for them to smell it and know that we are friends in the future.
They both go up and confidently smell your hand. They know that you don't mean them any harm, and you basically saved them. So they're more than happy to play with you guys. And Pincer goes over to the Kabuto, and they do like a fake play battle. They kind of like bump into each other and like make fake battle sounds.
Oh no, this is definitely going in the journal. Quick sketch.
Yeah. Marigold's gonna walk over to this Voltorb and drop it, like slowly put down a potion and say, "All right, doctor's orders. You two split this and rest up."
They're wild Pokemon, so you present them with, I assume, food? Is that what you meant?
Actually, yeah, we'll do food with potion sprayed on it.
You gonna mix it in with their bacon bits? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They absolutely ravish this meal. They instantly start eating, and anyone who would like to, you can tell that these Pokemon are susceptible to training. may roll Pokemon Education. You zoomed right back to it, like, maybe we won't walk away.
What's up, boy? Can I roll Pokemon Education?
No, I was gonna say everyone knows I'm good at Pokemon Education, so I'll let anyone else who wants to go before me. So be my guest.
Anyone who wants to make an attempt, I would prefer that we start with people who haven't caught a Pokemon yet.
Oh, okay, go for it.
All right, what do you guys want to do? Do you have a Pokeball?
I do
No,
not have
but
any
honestly,
Pokeballs.
neither of these are types that Marigold would want, so she's gonna step away and let them meet.
Okay. So Dr. Cope, with your Pokemon Education role, you can tell that this pincer is good friends with your Kabutops, and they would make good buddies.
You know what? I think that the Kabuto would really appreciate having a friend, as well as the fact that I think that it will be a better role model for Kabuto to sort of get adjusted to the, sort of like small things of Pokemon. The last thing I want Kabuto is to become unsocial if, being that the instincts might be a couple million years out of date.
True. Pinsir is definitely very clearly a very social Pokemon. For the purposes of this, does anyone want to give them a Pokeball?
I'll give them a Pokeball.
Zyva just doling all the balls he saved for himself, just doling them out.
Also, we collected the Pokeballs that we broke, right?
Yeah, so you can
Actually,
mark somehow that you have 2 that are broken.
By the way, I do have the toolbox, so I can repair Pokeballs as well.
Actually,
so I'll make it.
That would be a great way to do this. Is you have 2 Pokemon and 2 broken Pokeballs. Why don't you make a tech roll for both of those to see if you can. You're not much with tech, and it requires a specific kit and training that he's using.
I get it. Okay, that's fine. Nice.
You repair one of them, and
Oh, sorry. That was, I didn't mean the focus check. There you go.
there we go. Yeah, you repaired both of them. It's a fairly easy thing to do. More complicated Pokeballs definitely make it harder, but these are the most simple ones there are. So you now have 2 Pokeballs.
While I'm like doing it, like I'm kind of like one of those PC nerds. So I'm like happily explain like this is the reflector, this is the this is the outer casing. As I'm like happily like screwing and unscrewing all the parts together. I have a couple of the Pokemon tend to be kind of interested in their own Pokeballs because they don't really get a chance to examine it all that closely, while they're inside or outside of it. You know what I mean? So I tend to be peering over my shoulder while I do this.
True. What would you guys like to do with these 2 Pokemon?
I would love a Pinsir, and I would be curious if anyone would like a Voltorb potentially that would love some rehabilitation.
Meza.
I'll take him. He's a cute little guy. Mezzaluna's gonna go over to the Voltorb. Is the Voltorb already in the ball, or is he still chilling out?
He is a ball.
He sure is. And putting a ball in a ball.
Yeah.
Mezzaluna's gonna move over to him.
How do you impart yourself on this Pokemon?
He's going to shrug his bag off of his shoulder, rifle through it for a second, and pull out a sour gummy worm that he very often feeds to Nocturne, and hold it out to Voltorb.
Voltorb quickly eats it, and he starts to flash. Ding, ding. And you know that you only have a couple moments to catch him. Before...
Okay, do I have the Pokeball? Was I given the Pokeball?
Yeah, you have the Pokeball.
Great. He throws the Pokeball.
He looks shocked that you stopped him mid-explosion, and you have captured him.
Awesome.
I love that everybody walked away.
Everybody moved away.
Everyone's like, ah! I've heard the rumors about Voltorb. But yeah, this facility is cleared. They're going to need to figure out how to get it running again, but that is not your problem. You guys, congratulations.
I did want to mention, we probably shouldn't bring out their own Voltorb in front of the angry man. That might raise certain questions we're not ready to answer at the moment.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right.
The Pinsir is fine, though, I think.
Congratulations, guys. You have gone through your first Pokemon tabletop dungeon. You have saved a Voltorb. You have moved a bunch of Spinnerack out. And you get the feeling that this is all kind of part of a chain of events. You guys find a Lapras who is injured, and that Lapras causes a storm, which breaks down a factory, which dehomes the Spinnerack. You gotta wonder how much deeper this chain goes as you guys walk out the factory and head back to Porto Divito.
Great.
Hooray!
Yippee!
Hopefully we didn't get a second
Yippee!
Spinnerack.
Oh, that's not where you guys are. You guys are way down there. Go ahead and scroll yourselves down. Alright. You guys just come out of the coming out of the woods. You hear the bustling noise of the town. Everything feels at ease here. There's no power yet, but once again, that's not your problem.
Well, I suppose we should tell the angry man what to expect, because he's going to blow his load. He might as well do it sooner than later.
I think we should choose different wording for that.
It might be wise.
Fair enough. We're going to figure out what's going to burn his switch, burn his fuse.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Good enough.
You guys begin moving northward. We're gonna zoom this map out a little bit so we can get a nice full view here.
Oh, the child's still there.
Yeah, he doesn't have much else to do. It's a lazy Sunday for him. As you guys are walking down the road, you see Reggie walking, and he looks like he's got his toolbox with him. Well, look who it is! Look who it is! You wouldn't be how surprised I'd be here to hear that the facility's been restarted. I don't know much more than that yet, but I gotta get down there. How'd it look?
I'll be honest, pretty awful.
Yeah.
Well, nothing that can't be fixed. You know, as long as we get the town's power back up and running, you know, I'll get to keep my job. How with them Spinnerack?
They put up a good fight.
Had a little chat with the bug friend over there. He told me that you was gonna get killed. Glad to see you made it. Well,
Not
here's this.
us. Not us.
Not us.
He hands you guys each 100 Poke.
Hey.
Hey, thank you.
Part 2 of the payment. You guys said you're looking for that professor, right?
Yeah, I think I've heard of one in the region. One Dr. Destino, I believe.
Yeah, you walked right by him. And he turns around, he points, and there's a big tower overlooking the city, a bell tower. Says he lives there. This is his little hideout. After he made that commercial, he's not been too popular, but, you know, he still needs me to fix stuff for him, so I can find him. Just, you know, maybe don't tell people you know him. It's, there are better people to know, in this town at least. But hey, not my business. My job's still ahead of me. Oh, look at this thing. And he looks down at the little Cleffa and he gives it a pat. Good little Cleffa. Alright, we done here? I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
believe we're done.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I believe you do. Them insects.
Fades
really
in.
He's gone. He vanished.
Fades into non-existence.
He was really busy, guys.
I must go.
as-
My people need me.
As soon as you're done talking, little Pokemon catcher Mary pops up and she goes, "Hey guys, did you catch your Spinnerack?"
Oh. Sorry,
Well.
Mary, but we really didn't get the chance.
Yeah.
Roll guile, because that's a bold-faced lie.
Yeah.
Marigold has terrible lying. She's awful at it.
Makes sense with her personality.
She leans in close and she says, "I know you're lying. Give me the Spinnerack."
We didn't catch it for you. I'm sorry.
But
I would have loved to.
she looks
Listen,
she looks super
Mary,
sad.
I promise you we tried.
Can we get another Spinnerack? Cause like we could
I guess.
probably go back.
I understand.
I'm sorry, we were low on Pokeballs.
I'll go catch
That's-
my own. It's fine. It's fine.
Zyva just walks over to the woman and just goes, "Listen, I'm sorry, but Spinarak is very feisty. And
You don't think I can
wouldn't-
handle it? I'll challenge you to a battle right now and win!
Whoa,
Do it.
Oh,
calm down.
I don't think we need to
Do
get
it.
that out of hand.
Alright, under the clock tower, tomorrow, at noon! And she runs away.
Whoa.
You're not gonna show up to that, right, Zava?
No, it's a child.
beefing with a little girl?
I'm not gonna punch a child.
Oh, I'm just
No one's
making sure.
asking you to punch her!
So why would
Exactly.
you? It's a Pokemon battle, right?
Oh,
That's what she's
right.
insinuating.
That.
I turn to you and say, this is a chance for both of you to become better trainers through the process. You should absolutely do this.
It's a child.
You're both children. We're all
I'm
children. in this world.
21.
I'm 25. Okay, but I'm child at heart.
Okay. You know what? I just didn't want her to have the Spinarak because honestly, I don't think her mother or her would be very safe with it. Have you seen the way these things acted? I caught it because it looks strong, it has potential. But I'm scared it will hurt somebody.
True. We might want to ask her mom if she could have a Spinarak.
That's true. Why don't we do that in the first place?
Why didn't we?
Were we about to hand over a poison monster to a child without asking
I
her
mean,
mom?
it's the kind of world where children usually have poison monsters, so I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
It's not super out of the ordinary for her to have a Spinarak. It's more a matter of what you guys want that Spinarak for, whether or not you're willing to give it up.
We want it.
Listen, I'm sorry, but Spinarak is one of my favorite Pokemons.
she
You
she
shouldn't
walks
have done
by
that.
and glares at you as she walks by.
No, I'm
Mary's
kidding.
gonna wave politely to her.
We made a
Same.
mortal enemy on this day. What do you guys want to do before we close out the
Well-
session?
Can I walk onto like a corner or something to like take out the Spinarak without being a danger to anybody?
I mean, it wouldn't be a danger to anyone now.
Okay, I take it out. I don't have it, but still.
Yeah, you
Let's just say-
summon a Spinarak on the floor. What do you want to do with it?
Well, I look down at it and just speak calmly. Listen, I know it seems scary, and I know I just
It's like practically unconscious, like it's been beaten to hell, like it's injured. It's just like
Marigold. Can you give me a potion, please?
Cool.
Just this once.
I'll hand him my second to last potion.
I use a potion on him, and him or her, I don't know.
We'll
And
soon
just
know.
go. I'll soon know. And I just go, listen. I'm sorry for treating you and your friends that way, but I need you to understand that if I didn't do that, you do things that I promise you don't want to do. Oh God. Oh no. I was scared that you could have been hurt for things you didn't do. You didn't mean to do.
roll charm.
With advantage because I'm kidding.
This ain't D&D, boy.
D&D. What's my charm? Pathetic. Great. Do I get a bonus or anything or no?
Nope.
Okay, got it.
Some
That's
people
fine.
are good, some
Oh,
people
someone
aren't.
donated a D4.
That was way early. That was ever ago, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. They did
No,
donate
yeah,
a D4 recently.
I mentioned it and nobody said anything.
I totally didn't hear you. I'm so sorry. We have this D4, and we're going to use it for this charm roll to make friends with a Spinarak.
Five, okay. And then
+1.
6.
It just kind of looks at you and like tilts its head and just kind of chatters its jaws, and you realize you don't really know anything about insect Pokemon.
Trust me. It's confusing, but I'm sure you'll be doing great, okay?
It looks
And,
over to Rocky for confirmation, and Rocky nods, and it just looks at you and nods.
Great. Perfect. And he sighs a little bit and just kind of picks up the spin rack, puts it on his shoulder.
It immediately
Alright.
begins making a web.
This is my life now.
Your bag has just a
Hooray!
level of webbing as it sticks to you. What do you guys want to do?
Backpack!
Yep.
Marigold is gonna step away from everybody and say, I'm gonna go check out the Poke Center. Maybe I'll meet an Joy there. I need to stock up on some materials anyways.
Alright.
As
Have
Dr.
fun!
Cope teleports away.
No, I was gonna do something else, but I was putting myself. I'm just parking myself on a park bench. Meanwhile.
Okay. Do we wanna, I wanna kind of save the introduction to the new Marigold tomorrow, because we've got like maybe 2 or 3 minutes before we close it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we're just kind of deciding for tomorrow. So you want to go see Nurse Joy. What does everyone else want to do?
I want to meet that girl who's painting, or person who's painting, whatever their gender is.
Yeah, you walk over and you see a woman with long blonde hair. And as she turns, you finally get like a reveal of their torso. And their shirt has a big red R on it. And she turns and looks at you and says, well, 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 what do we have here? And we're going to leave that till next
Oh
session.
god, oh god, oh god, oh god!
And Zyla, what would you like to do?
I'm just kind of following Mezzaluna, honestly.
Alright, so you're with Mezzaluna, and Cope, where are you?
Me and Isosceles Rex were going to go walk the paths, and we were going to go do apricot hunting using my survival check, and so just have like a bonding afternoon of picking fruits.
Alright, you head off to forage. And with that, I'm going to leave us at thank you. This was the first episode of the Lazio Island League campaign. This is going to be a lot of fun, a consistent series, bringing you guys tons of Pokemon joy and BS that comes with being absolute fiend Pokemon trainers. Today, you guys have unraveled the first part of a mystery. What is going on in Lazio, and why are the Pokemon acting so strangely? Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Bye-bye. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in.